The following portion of Fox 43 AM Live is sponsored by The Refinery.
In today's edition of Your Beauty, Sarah and Robin with The Refinery Medical Aesthetics discuss the process of facial balancing.
Hi, I'm Sarah Jepson, Medical Director of The Refinery Medical Aesthetics.
And I'm Robin Gorell, co-owner of The Refinery. Today we're going to talk to you about facial balancing with dermal fillers.
A lot of people have some confusion about the difference between what is Botox and what is filler and what they're both used for. So Botox is a medication that we inject into a muscle that puts a muscle to sleep. So it stops that muscle from contracting and causing overlying facial wrinkles. Filler, on the other hand, is used for a lot of other things, mainly replacing volume that we lose as we age. It can be used in a variety of areas of the face. It doesn't paralyze the muscles like Botox does. It helps with providing structure, volume, and smoothness.
There's many areas that we can use filler to do certain things like as replace volume, contour, fill lines, etc. We use it in areas in the upper face, like the cheeks. We can fill smile lines, we can do jaw lines, and of course everybody knows about filling lips, and we'll talk more about that in a little bit. But as far as when you come in and you have concerns about what areas you want to fill, sometimes it may not be what you think.
So filler is a gel that comes in different densities. There's some that are real thin, almost like a liquid, all the way up to some that replicates bone. So it's going to be thicker, more like hot glue. The different densities are placed in different areas and used in different areas of the face for different things. So as we age, we lose bone, like in our outer cheekbones here, in our posterior jaw, we lose some bone here. Then we also lose volume in our mid-face and some of our fat pads around our eyes, and in our lips. And different things can cause volume loss other than just age. Diet, if you've lost a lot of weight, that can cause a lot of fat loss in your face. And so you start getting, kind of this downward laxity, jowling in here. And so oftentimes people will come in and they'll say, oh, I want you to fix these nasolabial folds here. Well, you have to be a little bit careful because you can't just go and put a bunch of filler in here. What's usually the issue is actually the bone loss out here. So we would say or consider doing cheek filler out here to help where that bone has been lost, to help what's causing these nasolabial folds as you come down. Also, drinking out of straws a lot. If you've had a history of smoking, sometimes you'll get those small lines around your lips from that puckering. We can do a little bit of filler around, like along the edging of the lips to provide some structure and help smooth those lines. We can also use a thinner one on the actual skin where those creases are and fill in those lines with one that would be more like a liquid, a lot thinner. So it doesn't necessarily give you volume, it just fills out some of those lines in the face. Oftentimes when people come in and we start talking about numbers of syringes or about how much we think that you're going to need to do a full correction, there's a bit of a misconception as to exactly how much is in a syringe. So one syringe is 1 milliliter of gel, which really is about the size of a blueberry. And depending on the density of each one of the fillers, you may need more of one if you're really looking at your cheeks and you're wanting to do more lifting and definition. So, you could get 1 to 2 full syringes in each side of your cheek. In your lip, you could just get 1 milliliter or 1 syringe in there to help with definition. A lot of people see celebrities on TV and they think, they look really overdone, or I don't want my lips to look like a duck or a fish. It's going to take several syringes of filler, specifically talking about the lips. It's going to take a lot of filler to get to where some of these like Kylie Jenner or Lisa Rinna look. Typically we start with 1 syringe. I usually do just a little bit less than that so that we can always add and correct if we need to at the follow-up treatment. But generally one full syringe is going to be still very natural looking. It's going to smooth your lips. It's going to give you a little bit of hydration and really give you some crisp borders to it without looking ducky or fish-like.
Our approach to fillers is very conservative. We like to start slowly and build upon and let your body tell us how much filler that you need.
Join us next month as we share another service that we offer here at the Refinery.
The preceding portion of Fox 43 AM Live was sponsored by The Refinery.